So when you go down past the elevator, again, non-uniform doors that go down to the end of the hallway, all the doors on this floor are locked.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we just go up.
Do we know enough of the floor plan to tell?
You can also tell, once you start trying a lot of them, that you can also tell that because how dust has settled, somebody recently has like grasped on these door handles and jiggered with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Heinrich.
Yeah.
Okay, so we believe
Following in his
Heinrich went up
footsteps.
there. So I'm gonna do my best to like sketch out the third floor.
Okay, you can easily sketch out this aspect of the floor,
And, like,
guessing
the
at what might be
doors-ish,
beyond
yeah.
in terms of like the width of how far apart the doors are. So
Cool.
you have a general idea. You suspect that there's probably a total of maybe 6 or 7 rooms on the north side of the building, and maybe 5 or 6 rooms on the south side of the building based on how the doors are staggered.
Okay.
So you suspect that on this floor the rooms are generally larger and wider than the bedrooms that you guys have downstairs.
Get that master suite.
Yeah. Okay. Do we know enough of the geography to know which of these rooms correspond to the ones below?
Well, if the sizing that Knox has drawn out is right, there's at least a couple rooms on your end that overlay more than one of your rooms below.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
I don't think our keys are gonna work here.
No, I don't think so.
Especially because Heinrich was up here before and he probably tried that.
You think?
Well, if he tried it, then maybe that's why
Why he
something
died.
bad happened to him.
So we should continue up to the next level. And
Yeah.
see. There's nothing at the end of this hallway, right?
It's just a wall.
Okay. Yeah. Let's continue. Let's go back and continue up to floor 4.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head all the way back to the other end of the hall, get into the stairwell, go up. When the stairwell reaches this next 4th floor, it's the last floor. It doesn't go up any higher.
Interesting. But we know the castle is 5
5
floors,
floors.
including the basement.
It looks like that from the outside.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
All right. So what's on the 4th floor?
So you come out of here. This one, it is a hallway just like the lower floor, but there are only doors on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side are just openings. They're like archways, and as you look out,
no.
the first thing you notice is that these archways all have like these veranda doors on them, and they go out onto like a balcony like space.
No. Okay.
Wait, what?
So
Like you can open them out and they take you out onto like a balcony that's like overlooks
So
whatever is on the back.
There's a single balcony, right? That stretches along the whole thing, or are there individual balconies at every door?
Do you go out to look? You can't really quite tell from here if they go all the way around, but if you open the door and go out, you can check.
Well, okay. So the openings, like, there's an opening here with the glass door, and then another one here. Like, are those two?
They're like maybe 10 feet apart.
Okay. Can we tell if those two are connected? I guess
They look
we
like
can't.
they might be, but unless you go outside, you can't see for sure whether or not it goes all the way because you can't see that far around the corner.
You gonna open the door?
I'll peek out.
All right, so you open the veranda doors. They open easily.
I don't step on the balcony.
All right, and you look out, and on this side of the castle is it's a continuous balcony that goes all the way across, and it's maybe like a good 12 feet out. And you think that if you walked all the way to the edge, you can look over into the gardens and beyond from there.
Great. So
Do we want to check out the gardens?
You're pretty
from the
high
door?
up. Like, it turns out that because this is an old building, each floor is actually higher than normal office building floors. You feel like here on the 4th floor, you're at least like 75 feet above the ground.
I'd personally rather not go out on the balcony. You guys can feel free to.
Are you afraid of heights?
I just don't care for that concept. So these doors to the left of us,
Yes.
are they locked?
So you walk over, and the first room, you open the door, and it is a large room that appears like it might be a dance studio.
Oh, look at that.
So that means there's a giant mirror
So it has
on
a
the side.
big.
Yes.
Oh no, no! This mirror's gonna be real creepy.
Why? Let's all
Is
step
it mirrors
in.
on both sides?
No.
Only
So
one
so
side,
there's the
okay.
bar, there's a mirror.
Some black.
Yeah. Do you
black
walk in?
swan.
I'll look in. You guys check this
Look
out.
at all the reflections,
Let's
and
go
one
in.
of them
I walk in,
leans
yeah.
out.
So you walk in,
God.
and it is a large room. It's probably as wide as 3 of your bedrooms. It looks like a dance studio. The only thing in this room that's interesting is on the near corner by the wall nearest to the hallway in the far corner is an old-timey Victrola phonograph.
Really?
Ooh.
Does it have a record on it?
Yes.
Of course it does.
I will go over and wind up the phonograph.
Okay.
God.
Prepare for creeps.
All right. It starts to play an old song. It's really crusty and it sounds like a woman singing in Russian or something like that, but not a language you recognize. It sounds like Russian to people who don't speak Russian, but to people who do speak Russian, it doesn't sound like Russian.
Well, okay, so it's kind of like turning around.
Yeah.
But I look to see, is there a label of, because most records have this
And the
circle of the
center
label,
Yeah.
of like what, of
Yeah,
like,
there's a label. There's like some words in Cyrillic on it.
like nothing that I would be able to like.
Do any of you
Even read.
Do any of us
Cyrillic?
speak Cyrillic?
No.
Does Karlov? Can you?
I go over.
So you recognize the alphabet, but it is not Brasovian and it is not Russian.
Great. So I could read like the Song of Death, and we would be none the wiser.
You could sound it out if you wanted to, but they're not any words that you recognize.
I'll
Like
say
you,
it out
you
loud.
say out all the
Don't
syllables,
say
and
it
everyone in the room
out
says, "Oh look, Karlov can read it. It sounds like you're speaking Russian, but in your head it's just like gibberish syllables."
Oh, okay.
Carla, what is it like? Do you know what it's saying?
Is in Russian letters, but gibberish. Just like pig Latin.
Well, see if you can copy it on the symbols or something. Maybe we can ask Ruslan or somebody else about it later.
Sure. All little things.
So what does the song sound like?
It sounds like one of those things, you know, in vaudeville where there's a lady standing on the stage by herself, and there's one of those dark, sad songs where there's a light shining on her, and she's like singing like about her lost love who has gone to war. You get this kind of melancholy tone. In fact, you get this impression that that's exactly what she's sounding about. Like her lover had gone to war and had not returned, and she's certain he's dead, but she's still holding out hope. It's been so many years.
What's the time signature of the music?
I have not thought about that at all.
Okay, all right.
But I would
Never
imagine it's probably in like
Wait,
a
is it
minor
is it
key.
a waltz?
Is it
What kind of dance
1612?
is it?
It
It's
doesn't
not a
sound like a, it
tempo.
sounds like a
It's
dirge.
I'm sure it's 4.
It sounds
It's a
like
dirge?
dirge.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm sure
Then
it's
it's
4.
Well, the reason I'm interested is because if it's in 6/8, then it might be made for dancing. So I'm just curious
It
if
does
it
not
coincides.
sound like it's made. It sounds like it's made for mourning, like the kind
Okay.
of thing that you would sing like at a funeral or something like that.
I will take the needle off the record.
Let us
It stops
continue.
Yeah, that doesn't
The
seem
next
like
room.
it should belong in a dance studio.
Nope. Maybe we should move on to the next room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you leave the studio. You close the door behind you. You move into the next room. This room is an art gallery.
Nice.
And it is almost as large as the previous room, and it is filled with portraiture, statues. There are glass cases that are filled with various paraphernalia like Ming vases, bronzes. There's like on the one wall there's a display of what is it? Polearms. That are like, it's like, oh look,
Jeez.
here's a halberd, here's a guisarme, and here's a glaive, and here's a glaive guisarme, and a guisarme glaive. It's like, wow, I didn't know those were all actually different things.
That's how you say
Yeah.
that word?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
thought it was Gisarm.
Is there
No, it's
any
guisarme.
corresponding
Oh, that does
portraits?
What?
not
Is there any
sound threatening
corresponding
at all.
portraits in
It
the
sounds
room?
it
So,
sounds like
these
a
portraits don't
2000s
look
device,
anything like the
the
ones
Guizarm
downstairs.
2000.
I'm attack you with my Guizarm.
No.
It's gonna give you a squeeze.
Behold the mighty Guizarm of Guizar.
This arm's for Guizy.
So, yeah.
I'm feeling
and
a
the-
little queasy.
So there's some vases. Some of them, like one of these, is like an orb that you could swear is like the old papal orb that like the old popes used to have. Like this crusted jewels, got a little cross on top of it. There's a set of like what look like authentic Fabergé eggs, and you're like, oh my god,
What?
whatever's in here, like you as you look around, you're thinking almost everything here is something that would be considered unique or priceless. Like anything that you can recognize is like,
No, they
Okay.
told us there were just tons of
So-
treasures.
Can I make
Anything.
Can I make a history roll to tell? Is it obvious that these are replicas?
unless you handle them, there is no way to know for sure. They're very, very real.
Do you think Brasovia would endanger these?
They're in a
things?
glass case, right?
Some are in glass cases.
Okay.
Like the things that are individual
Dude.
things, they're usually under glass case.
Do not.
I just gotta
do
say,
anything
man,
of them all.
this is crazy. Because, like, I thought that the $1 million prize was going to be big, but the fact that if one of
No,
us
these are worth
wins,
so much more.
yeah, we win this house, This castle, I keep saying house.
Yeah. If any one of these things was real, many of these things by themselves are so unique in the
They're
history of the world.
We're
they're
gonna
priceless.
we're gonna win
I-
like hundreds of millions of dollars.
I will gingerly, very carefully, slowly take out one of the
It's-
eggs and
Okay.
examine it.
So okay,
As far as you can tell, it's the real thing.
Can I make like a history roll to, or should I?
Sure. There's a small chance that.
Okay.
okay.
Don't.
So I'm a government worker.
62 with a pass.
No, as far as you can tell, it's real.
Really? Okay. So I think it's a real Fabergé egg.
You think it's a real Fabergé egg.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm a government worker.
Just put it
Yes.
back.
I'm aware of, how my government's doing. To see, like, these priceless treasures in this castle, I must be, like...
Your government
Like
does not own these
shocked.
treasures.
Oh,
They belong to whoever the family was who owned this place for the last few hundred years.
This isn't. Wait a minute.
They're worth so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just like
with this, with even one of these treasures, I could save Brasovia.
this is a great argument for socialism right here.
If these are real, why would whoever's putting this on and the people and the servants in the house or in the castle endanger these by like not protecting them, by leaving the real things here?
It's almost like a collection of treasures has been guarded by an immortal family line over a period of many centuries. Anyway,
Is what
no,
Reddy
that's meta. Anyway, so okay,
Let us move on.
yeah, next room.
Oh, okay. You put the egg back?
Yes, very carefully.
Alright.
I pick more up and start juggling them. Let's find out.
Look at the window. I bet I can hit the flower pot.
Alright. Everyone should make an occult roll.
Yes.
What?
In this next room.
No, right now. Before
Okay.
you leave this room.
The cult is 5%.
5.
Okay, hold on.
Oh no!
I
Nope.
Failed.
failed.
I have
42.
65% occult.
32.
Ugh.
32?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Olive,
the
what's
skills
your,
in this
what's
game
your
just
skill?
kind of
Oh, it's a 5.
might not be
okay.
relevant.
Did anyone succeed?
No, I
No.
failed.
Alright.
This is the one thing I should have passed
Alright,
on.
you leave the room happily.
Gosh, dang it!
Millions of dollars of treasure is like...
That was it. That was my spell. I just missed out on spells.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it.
Alright.
You only have 65 in a cult. You should have more.
Should have brought it up to 90. Instead, you put library use up to 90.
That's going to be important when we find the library. in
Alright,
this
so
place.
you get...
I haven't found it yet.
So you head over to the next room, and so this door is close enough to where the elevator is that
The library's on the main floor.
you have two things to choose. You can enter this room, or you can try to figure out why there's a weird stain in front of the elevator here.
What color is the stain?
It's brown.
Yep.
So when you say in front of the elevator, like, the elevator doesn't have a shaft.
How large of a stain?
Does it?
It's maybe 2 feet, kind of like...
Does it look like it could continue on into the elevator?
maybe. Like, it's right there by the door. It's like,
Oh,
there's
so
a
it goes
blotch
right up
like,
Yeah,
right there.
we never noticed any elevator or blood in the elevator, right?
No.
We've not been in the elevator.
Oh, I've been in the elevator.
Oh,
Yeah.
you-
No,
oh.
we went to
Well,
bed in the elevator.
The servant
Oh,
would have
yeah.
cleaned up the elevator,
Well,
but
that's
they
pretty
might
hard
not
to
have
clean
cleaned
up.
up.
And it would have been
Oh
noticeable.
no. I guess I have
You
been in
just-
the elevator.
Uh,
You can clean
The
up
stairs
blood.
are right there.
can we call the elevator in some way?
Yeah, if you go and push the button.
Should we do that?
Let's go to the door first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Door first.
Okay.
Okay. You walk into this
I don't wanna
room.
wake up anything.
It is the weapons room. It is filled with firearms. From almost the entire history of firearms. There's like there's like a big display of like an old-fashioned Gatling gun. There's like a
What?
bazooka mounted on the wall. There's like a wall behind a glass case with just handguns and revolvers and
Wait.
okay.
Load up.
Is there any explosives?
Yes, there are grenades. There are like
Thank you.
and it's got the old timey like old German
I
ones with
want
the
what I
stick
wanted.
grenades. There's like modern day ones. Like the glass cases are locked with those little small key locks. So they're behind like a case.
Everything is locked.
Everything's in cases?
Well, the guns that are mounted on the wall are like mounted by like there's those some metal clasps that like mount them on there. I mean you could pry them open and take it out.
Is there
But
a
they're all mounted up there.
Is there a suspicious like missing gun?
No.
Are there modern guns?
Yes.
Okay.
Was
Ow.
this supposed
Yeah,
to
I'll
be?
take a.
Was this supposed to
Nope.
be the fake weapons that we've been
Yeah, I
like
assume
looking
that
for the
these are
whole
the-
time?
Maybe. Oh, I mean, we spend
look.
enough time around the fake weapons to know the difference, right?
Well, if you took one off the wall and examined it, you probably could. This is like
Yeah.
a museum display where like there's like
Oh,
But they're
okay.
all behind cases.
Yes.
There,
Okay,
some
so
are
no.
behind the cases. Some are like there's where they take the metal U things and they're pinned in.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
being
yeah.
held up
What about
there.
ammunition?
If
Look at
there is
that.
ammunition, it's not like sitting around. There aren't drawers of ammunition or anything like that. It looks like it's
There's
just
probably
weapons.
So
guns.
maybe
on
there aren't
display.
any ammunition.
I
for
think
the
this is just a
weapons guns.
display room. Yeah.
But there are like there's an old
There are,
tiny
like,
cannon
swords
and things like that. There's like the
Are there brass knuckles?
no.
Is that your weapon of
The
choice?
one thing I wanted to use.
Do any of
We
you
don't
have
have it.
architecture?
I
I naturally
Wait,
have architecture.
You should.
I mean, I should.
Architecture
But
is not
did you-
skill.
yeah. It's not on here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have
Archaeology.
handgun. But
I don't
not
know that.
architecture.
What would be the
You know,
closest thing to architecture?
Since you know about
Engineering?
flipping buildings and things like that,
Yeah.
one of the first things that occurs to you is that the weight of the things in this room would destroy the floor if this room wasn't reinforced in some way. Like the howitzer, the Gatling gun,
Wait.
the cannon. Like
Oh.
these things
Cannon.
weigh a ton.
Jeez.
Like getting them up here would have required all kinds of modern, like mechanistic things. For them to be sitting on the floor of the fourth floor of an old-timey castle, whatever this floor is built of is super reinforced.
Wait, yeah. Okay.
You guys, so I don't know what the hell's going on, but like this room is stripping me the fuck out. Like physically, this should not be like standing.
You mean it's too heavy?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying all the things in here, just the way that it's set up,
Well-
like it just wouldn't make sense.
Well, is there any way it could make sense?
Do you think some of these are fake then?
I mean, there's no way for us to tell because
Well, we could go like, I don't know.
We can't.
Right.
If you go and lean on them, they
Yeah.
feel really hefty and heavy. And
Oh,
if you
oh,
do
okay.
go around and look around on the half of the room
I mean,
where
that's
things
what I
like
wanna
they
do.
seem to go from really old timey to really modern, you're pretty sure that on the modern side that one of those like delivery things, you're pretty sure that if this is what it really is, it's actually a nuclear device. Like, you think this might be a nuclear bomb.
What?
Shit.
What?
Who the hell has been like this?
And if
this
it is actually a nuclear device, that bomb by itself would have fallen through the floor if it was sitting here.
It's almost like
Also,
somebody's generated a collection.
being 75 years old or
So
unoccupied
there's-
for 75
there's
years.
a lot of things
Like
that I
buildings, a lot of
should-
these things look newer
Yeah,
than
yeah.
when the castle was supposedly.
Oh yes,
built.
half the
Okay.
stuff in this
Yeah,
room were
absolutely.
invented
Right.
in the last
Okay,
75
so
years.
why is it here? Like it's not can't be here for the reality show.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I thought was gonna be here
This doesn't make
for
any
us to
sense.
find. I don't know why the fuck they would put stuff like this just for us to find. That seems like an impossible amount of work in order for us just to be looking for this for some reality TV show.
I mean, this
But
castle has
why? Why fake a reality TV show?
Look, I've already like lost faith that this is actually like a show with everything being fake. Like I believe CJ actually died.
Wait, you do?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I lifted his body. I know what a real body feels
We
like.
spent weeks looking at those plaster coverings. You really think that they're actually like dead?
Yeah, were you not able to tell the difference by the end of that?
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean, you've never
the blend
you've never
between
handled
the.
a body.
I mean, I don't know. Look, I don't know. We're supposed to be freaked out, right? We're freaked out for a reason.
Look, I've handled a dead body before.
Abby really believes that you cannot say anything wrong because you are so beautiful, but she thinks that's a ridiculous idea.
What? That
People are actually being killed. Like, this is a show. I mean, are you sure you haven't been hit in the head
you
way
have
too many
not
times?
been processing the information the correct way.
Well, okay, Knox, if you're confident, you've
I am
held a dead
confident.
body before. If you're confident it's real.
I was confident when no staff attempted to save Gloria's life.
Okay, but I mean, look at it. If it's real, then what does that mean for
Alright,
us?
alright.
What's the purpose of this whole thing if
Those
it is real?
staff attempted. Wait, what?
So,
I missed a key there. 'Cause I was
Suddenly,
passing
Gloria's like,
out.
wait, what do you mean attempted to save my life? She's like, wait a minute, did you guys leave something out?
Well,
I picked up CJ off of you, and you gasped like you couldn't breathe.
like you think if we were on a reality TV show and he was about to do something to you, they'd step in and do something. But
Yeah,
nobody did.
we were
Like, kill him
Yeah,
before he can rape you.
He almost raped you, and then you almost suffocated under his body.
yeah, we were seriously.
There was no
Okay.
interaction to save you and replace you with
Is-
with a stand-in.
Is a good test. If reality TV show, you can just walk away. Right? That is in the game. You can
Yeah.
just walk away.
No, you're in until the end.
Okay.
I mean, but if
Or-
this is
well, real
Well,
test.
if we try to leave,
Use our training and kill someone, they should be escorted out, body magic, etc., etc.
Yeah.
what if we try upon attempting to leave, try and kill one of the staff members that tries to stop us?
But I
Or
mean,
whoever tries to stop us.
Then you're
we
like,
could-
committing murder.
we could get disqualified and
We
we
have-
lose our chance at
If
So
it's a
here's
reality
literally
TV
hundreds
show,
As
of
you
millions
bring
of
this
dollars.
up,
murder is impossible.
The most interesting thing that you notice is that despite all of the training you've had during that whole month, none of you have been given any actual
Yeah,
fake
they
weapons.
haven't given us any
There's
fake
no fake
weapons.
guns, there's no fake knives. So far, everything you found there looks like it's real.
That,
Yeah,
that was my whole point.
exactly.
Like, there hasn't been
Knox.
a host or anything to
Knox.
explain how we're supposed to kill each other.
Abby will follow any word you say. Just use some of those trainings. Do a couple fake hits.
I'm right here!
I'm whispering.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
She'll believe anything you say. I mean, if this is real death, then
What?
she's probably going to die.
I'm not gonna kill her.
No. Kill her. Use the training. Do one of the
Oh,
fake
do one of the fake
one of the
deaths
fake
that we
deaths
practiced.
and see what the reaction
Whisper.
is. I'm sure of all people you could convince her.
This being without informing her first.
Hmm?
This,
Oh, I
this
mean,
without.
it's
Knox,
up
what
to
did,
you now.
Knox, what did Carl just say to you?
So he wants me to attempt to fake kill Abby
Well,
to see what happens.
Look,
this would be the first.
So now that you guys are spread out and everything like that, and you're kind of like just in different
Mi-
parts of this room and like whispering to each other and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that Abby looks kind of dejected. Like she's kind of in the room. Sometimes she looks over at Knox. Sometimes she's just looking at
Well,
the
no,
stuff
she's
on
like
the wall.
with us, like in a
I
group.
will go over to Abby, and I'll say, Abby, you haven't found any fake weapons around, have you?
No, I haven't really noticed. I guess.
You all right?
Like
You seem a little out of it.
Yeah, I was really hoping to get some pictures. You know,
What about your camera? Why don't you take some pictures?
but it was gone this morning when you guys like were in my room.
Whoa, hold
Maybe
on.
one of you took it.
Your camera's gone?
Yeah,
None of
I
us-
think one of you might have.
No, I didn't take it.
Abby, we have not taken your camera.
I was up watching all night.
No.
Nobody took your camera.
You were not up watching all night.
You were all asleep when I woke up. You know what? I bet it's that Chinese girl.
Jen?
Yeah, she's always so quiet and keeping to herself. One time I tried to take a picture of her and she almost just knocked the camera out of my hand.
Jen's been staying in her
Uh.
room the whole time. Why would she try to take your camera?
I don't know.
She would have had to
You don't know what those
like
Chinamen are
over
thinking
several
of
of
all
us
the
to
time.
get to your camera.
Yeah.
She's the one I'm most scared of. She's always by herself. She doesn't talk to anyone. She's not nice at all.
I say if there's anyone we try to, fake kill, it should be Jen.
I mean,
Yeah,
we can give it a
actually,
shot.
Should go with it.
That would be.
No, she
Carl's
doesn't
gonna be
have to.
so sad.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not gonna get any of these
6
pictures.
on
Like,
1?
but if Carl would love this stuff, like all these weapons, this was the best thing. And
Look, I'm sure as soon as we find your camera, you can come back and take plenty of pictures on your own.
that would be fantastic. If you can find my camera, I would be so happy. Carl and I would love to have you over to the farm.
Alright, we'll look for it, but right now we still have to get to the bottom of what's going on with this weird
Inspect your
room.
later.
Look, the fact of the matter is the room has a whole bunch of heavy equipment in it, and it's not falling, right? According to you.
Yeah,
It's-
there's no way a structure like this could support this.
Well, then it's got to have some sort of support, right? Reinforcement.
Could we look for reinforcement in this room, like an indication?
Well, it's probably in the walls.
You would
right?
have to
Yeah,
go
we-
into the
we
floor
wouldn't really
and
be
see,
able
like,
to tell.
because
Well-
it just looks like wood, and from what you can tell,
Right,
this
everything's
floor and the
wood,
next
yeah.
floor don't look like they're that far apart. Like they.
I mean, it is possible, right, Kevin, that they could just reinforce this one room and make it not fall, right?
I mean,
Not
the
really,
the,
they'd
the
have to
kind of effort,
reinforce
the kind of effort that they would have to put in for that
all the way down.
just seems so significant for something like this.
This is just so random.
Then why
Yeah.
keep all the weapons on the top floor? I get what you're saying.
I don't. Why keep any of these weapons?
Because this is the closest place to the balcony that leads out to the garden. Ah.
Oh, because we need to take artillery fire onto the garden.
No,
Is
it's just
that-
like in the most dangerous game. I bet you that the old owners of this castle used to send out slaves into the garden, and then they'd take pot shots at him from the balcony.
Ooh.
Is that why they have a nuclear bomb up here?
Well, hey, it's a working
It's
theory.
for the big servants.
The really tricky ones.
Wait a minute. Maybe the castle was getting assaulted or something.
Why build up this weaponry over such a long period of time? Why hang on to the
Before
old
this
stuff?
whole place was built out, the original architecture, this was a fort.
It
It was
used to be
built
a
out into a castle over the
Right.
120
I
years.
mean,
that it was
maybe
being
maybe
built.
it's just a collector's.
It used to be a
thing.
fort. Maybe at one point or another, the castle was built. This was at a lower level, and then they built underneath it and built up. That doesn't make
that's
sense
not
either.
how you build
No.
things.
What they carved into the mountain.
Yes.
Like they,
They built
They
a castle
split
from
the
the fort.
floors
This room was
and-
the
Well, look, I'm actually more concerned about that stain by the elevator.
Yes, that's more concerning. This is confusing. That's concerning.
Well, now that we understand about this room, I think let's move ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there
I
any
don't
other
think there's any
rooms
more to
on the fourth floor?
Find out.
yeah, beyond the elevator, there are doors on the other
Let's
side.
go.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Alright.
let's do that.
Oh, I'm gonna grab like a. I don't know.
You gonna
like a-
rip it off the wall?
Sure, like a spear or something. Like there's
You
all
go
sorts
back
of
to the
like
spear room.
there are all sorts of. Well, aren't these all in one big?
This is the gun room.
No. There was this
Yeah.
Guisam room.
Yeah. You want to go back to
Oh.
the museum room with the old timey
Yeah.
weapons.
Are you
should we
taking?
just grab some conventional weapons?
No.
But that's
No,
against
I
the
don't think
rules.
that's a good
we're not allowed to
idea.
hold real weapons.
That's true. Okay, I'll follow that rule.
I mean, if you want to risk getting yourself kicked out of here,
Yeah,
go
okay,
for it.
okay.
But I don't think you should, man.
Yeah, so I think the staff are definitely involved then at this point.
Well, either way, what's the next room?